Hey guys, Anais from Ohm Design here. Today I'm going to teach you how to use Morpholio Trace. It's a really easy to use app once you get to know it. Let me know if you have any questions about it or comments. If you're using it with us to mark up your plans that you get from us, we'll actually buy it for you. So just a little incentive. I hope to hear from you. Thanks. So after you download the app, you're going to go ahead and open it and you'll have some samples in your dashboard already. The first thing we're going to do is go over some universal settings to change. So in the top right corner, you'll have a cogwheel. I want you to go ahead and click on that, and that will bring up some settings that we're going to look at. So I like to have pencil only drawing on. What this does is prevents my hand from making marks unintentionally while I'm drawing. Very useful. One finger pan I also find really helpful. Allows me to move across the screen with just one finger rather than multiple. Custom double tap behavior I also like. It pushes away the menus when I'm not using them. So, and then the rest of the settings here are pretty self-explanatory. You can go ahead and look at those later. So now we're going to go over how to create a new drawing markup for us. So if you're working with Ohm Design, you're going to have a web page where you can download PDFs of your concept design. So you would go to ohm-design.io and go ahead and download your PDF and save it to your iPad or to your own cloud storage, wherever you want to save it. So now I'm going to click on PDF, which is about halfway through that menu at the top, and I'm going to go ahead and click on this concept, which is a good example to use. This is a bathroom remodel. So you can see here, just pulled right in, and I'm using two fingers to zoom in, pinch, and then one finger to pan. That's simple. Okay, so some other navigation tools in the top left here, we have a bunch of small squares that'll take you back out to the main dashboard. Double click to get back in. And then the two squares that are layered on top of each other, that will take you to the multi-page PDF viewer. Now this is great because you can look at all the pages in your concept design from us, the elevations, demolition plan, dimensions, the 3D perspective. You got the whole thing right here. And then if you click on the edit button in the top right corner, you can add a page, which is in the bottom middle. And this page can be used for notes, keynotes while you're editing. So now that I've done that, I'm going to click done. Again, top right corner, done. And then I'm going to double tap on the floor plan to get back into that. Now we're back in editing mode. And then the next tool I want to show you, moving out of navigation mode and more into the editing space. So I'm just using two fingers again to pinch and go out. So the next tool is the scaling tool. It's about halfway through in the first row at the end here. So that's two lines with an arrow pointing to both the lines. I'm going to click on that, and this allows me to scale my drawing. So I know that this bathroom is 8 feet 8 inches wide based on the dimensions sheet that I've already looked at. I'm going to go ahead and move those markers to the edges. I'm going to click in 8 feet to get my keyboard to come up 8 inches, type those in, and I'm going to click on the green check mark. The scale has been registered and my bathroom is now scaled. So great, now when I draw, everything will be to scale. The next tool I want to show you is the ruler tool. This is very helpful because I just scaled my drawing. So now when I click on the ruler, which is about halfway through the second set of tools up here at the top, everything will be scaled with this ruler. So now I can see that the steam shower here is 4 feet wide. What if I want that steam shower to be 5 feet wide? Great. So now I'm just going to simply make a line that shows that that steam shower should be 5 feet wide. And I'm going to draw the bottom of it there. And when this ruler tool is out, I can only draw straight lines, which is great because I'm terrible at drawing straight lines. And this really assists in that process. It also means, however, that you cannot write. So if you attempt to write while it's still out, you'll find that very difficult to just put it away, click on it again, and it goes away. Okay, so those are the tools at the top that you'll need to know that are most important. Now let's go to the right side of the screen where you have your layers. To create a new layer, you're going to click the button that looks like a page with a tab at the top. So click on that, that creates a new layer. And whoops, let's just say we created too many layers. So now we're going to click on the 3 dots next to the layer we want to delete. And we're going to just click on the garbage can next to it. It's going to ask us if we're sure. We're going to say yes, delete the layer. Yes, it can't be undone. What if we just want to turn a layer on and off? No, just turn it on and off with that little eyeball button. The eyeball turns it on, the eyeball turns it off. Layers are useful for being able to write extra information. Let's just say, ask about steam shower material. I don't know. We don't actually like our notes to be on the floor plan, so maybe this isn't the greatest example. But let's just say I wrote that note, and then I just want to turn that off layer. Oh, it's gone. That's great. Now, one thing to know about layers is you definitely want to be cognizant of what layer you're drawing on. So right now I'm on the layer that's not turned on. So I'm just going to double tap to make sure I'm drawing on the layer that is on. I want to be drawing on this layer right now. This is my redline markup layer. Okay, so those are the basics of layers. Now we are going to go to the brushes. So with the brushes, which are on the left, they call them brushes. They're also pens. They're also erasers. There are a bunch of different tools. But what you really need to know about this is that these over here, these are like slots. So you have these slots and you can put different pens or brushes in them. You can put the same brushes in them. I actually use, my first two slots are the same pen. They're just different colors, but the same pen. And then my third one is my eraser. That's how I like to have it set up because I'm mostly using this for site plans and redlining for markup purposes. So my first one is a red pen. So to change the size of my red pen, I simply click on the circle that is up at the top there. Now let's just say I want to change the size to a smaller pen. I'm going to click up on the top. That makes it as small as it can be. Want it really large, I'm going to click on the big circle. That makes it as large as it can be. Let's say I wanted a different color. I'm going to click on the red there, and let's say now I want it purple. I'm going to make it purple. Now I want to get rid of all those ugly marks I just made, so I'm going to click on my eraser. And I'm going to make, I like to keep my eraser pretty big so I can erase as quickly as possible. So those are my first three. My pens, actually, like I said, I like to keep these at red and then blue, and then pretty small so that they make nice strokes for writing and lines. So those are the brushes. Now to get this navigation menu to be a little bit thinner, I like to keep it at about 1 bar there. And then again, you can double tap your pencil to make everything go away. Double tap your pencil and make everything come back. The last tool I want to show you is stencils. Stencils are pretty cool for helping mark up something. And that is on the top far right. So we're going to click on the top far right. I don't know if you saw that there. The button that looks like a tree. Click on that and your stencils will come up. Now the first time you click on this, something really weird is probably going to pop up, like a woman walking her dog. We don't need that in the bathroom, so you will click on the settings wheel right next to it and a whole menu of options will come up for what you can have. We can have symbols. We have this Planetech one is kind of funny, but it's actually got collections in there. We're in a bathroom, so I had bathroom selected. So now we've got the bathroom. I'm just going to click out of that menu to make it go away. The toilet obviously came in huge, way too big, so I'm just going to pinch it. I'm going to pinch on top of it to make it smaller. Sometimes things will rotate a little bit as you pinch. Don't fret, just keep working with it. You will get used to how that works. So now I'm going to move it here. Now, obviously, I want the toilet facing the other way, so I'm going to click the mirror button that's on the far left here. So you see that there. And then if I wanted to rotate it a little or prevent it from rotating anymore, I can click this lock button here. So there's some various options you can play with here as you get more sophisticated with it, but we are going to now fill this in. I've got my red tool selected here. I want to be a little bit more efficient about how I fill it in, so I'm going to make my brush bigger, and I'm going to just trace over it like that and fill that in. Okay, so it's that simple, and then I'm going to click this to make that go away again. Just again, clicking the stencil. Okay, so when you are done marking this up, all you have to do is click in the top right corner. You click the share button. This is a pretty common symbol. You'll see on a lot of various tools, and you can export this as a PDF. You can export it as an image, PSD, a project file. We'll export it as a Morpholio file. You can send it to us either way. So Oh, and one more thing I wanted to show you. If you did want to make notes, our personal preference is that you make a note here. Oops, I need to make that much smaller. Let's just undo, redo right here in the top left. So I'm going to make my brush smaller. I'm going to make a note here because I forgot that these guys need a bidet. So now I'm going to go back to the other pages in my PDF, double tap on that new page I created, and I'm going to make a note that they need a bidet. And never mind, I probably put that on the wrong side of the toilet, but there you go. So again, then you can share it with us, top right corner, send it to us as PDF or project. Either way. And then you can mail it to us. Alrighty, so I hope that was helpful, and please feel free to reach out to me with questions.